Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic.
What's something from the early days of the internet which younger generations may not know about? I used to keep a magazine beside the computer so I could read something while waiting for a web page to load. Just the other day, I ran into a guy who said, "I don't know anybody who's ever read a magazine." I had to take a minute to digest this idea. When I was your age, television was called books. Grandpa in The Princess Bride. When I was your age, internet was called magazines. Chevy Monza. You have to try to put yourself into a mindset of how you would go about finding things on the internet in the days before popular search engines like Google or social media. Discovery of content ended up being due to word of mouth, ISPs and their services, or finding links from other sites you knew about. I remember a lot of fan pages, fan sites for different things would all have sections of affiliate links to other similar fan pages and sites in a mutual effort to help people discover other similar content. I was thinking about it just the other day. It's crazy how centralized the internet has become. How everything now revolves around a handful of sites. Back in the day, going online was basically like going on an adventure. There was no hub. How long it's been since I was recommended a cool website. I remember I had a magazine from like 2000 something, where they had a list of the 50 best websites on the web. That whole idea feels so archaic nowadays. That's why it was called surfing. Because you'd go to a site, then catch a link to another, and then to another. It's like you were riding from one to the next, and could end up at a totally unexpected place. I remember a lot of fan pages, fan sites for different things would all have sections of affiliate links to other similar fan pages and sites in a mutual effort to help people discover other similar content. Web rings. What a blast from the past it felt like being in an exclusive club. I was just talking to my wife about those and she mentioned the custom sparkly dolls people would post on their pages too. Lol. I miss those days. Being offline. Now everyone is online all the time. But going online was an actual limited time thing you went and did, and then when you were done you got offline. Now being online is a permanent state of being. Yep, going on the internet was an actual activity you would do. I'm going on the internet so don't pick up the phone. Single quote. Yahoo used to have what was intended as a top-down directory of the entire internet. Created by hand. It was incredibly useful at the time. They also had a sick pool game with chat. And music videos, haha. They also had a sick pool game with chat. Why? Pool was the tits. Yahoo also was the top online dating site. Now Tinder. And the top knowledge repository with Yahoo questions. Now Quora. And the top email service. Now Gmail. And Messenger, chat device. Now Discord. How Yahoo fucked it all up despite having a monopoly on anything and everything online is pretty impressive. The excitement of upgrading from a 28K modem to a 56K modem and Gmail being by invitation only when it was first launched. Gmail being by invitation only when it was first launched. And it had a whole gig of storage, a gig. And an ever-increasing counter at the bottom. So you saw your email storage grow by the second. Like, WHAAT? Yes, Gmail invites. Everyone in my office was crazy to get an invite. When I finally got one and registered, I had invites to give and was king for a day. Waiting for an hour for an image to download, line by line. Me and my sister downloaded the teaser trailer to Toy Story on our 14.4 kilobits per second modem via Prodigy. I remember we had it going all day long, and yelled at my parents not to pick up the phone. When it finished we watched it on Real Player and it was like 12 seconds long and blurry AF. But it was so glorious. I used to get a lot of reading done because I kept a book at my desk while waiting. You could also see enough of what it was going to be that you could bail when you realized there weren't gonna be boobs. Oh Captain Janeway, maybe this internet king can get me faster nudity. Flash and Shockwave content, especially the games. Trogdor the Burninator. Homestarrunner.net, its.com. Remember that Flash, the end of the world. Take a nap, but then fire la MISSLES. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. I still use, but I am la tired, when my sir tells me we need to go somewhere. Okay. Here's to Earth. Damn, that's a nice Earth. Badger 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 badger. Badger badger. Mushrooms mushrooms. Badger 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 badger. SNAAAKE. I attempted to explain, all your base belong to us, to a young coworker and she refused to believe it was a real thing. She refused to believe it was a real thing. Somebody should set up her the bomb. What do you say? I have a whole playlist dedicated to old memes and classic videos here if you want to further expose her. Thank you. There's insufficient burninating and no consummate versus, though. Any chance of you adding another video? I remember one of my friends asking me, have you heard of YouTube? And I said no. YouTube had a hard 10 minutes limit and videos had part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And YouTube had a max resolution of 480p. Vimeo was better because the supported 720p. I can still remember the day my older cousin showed me that website where anybody can upload videos. The beginning of an era, I guess. That computer's speakers could predict phone calls. My parents' neighbor, a former naval captain, had some sort of ship radio as a hobby, which was a 10-meter high antenna tower standing in his backyard. Whenever he used that thing, every computer in the neighborhood would start making funny noises. Ham radio used to be a lot more popular before the internet. From what I understand, I wasn't into it, but there were always 1 or 2 people in a suburb that were. Always attracted some oddball tinkerer types. Boop boop a dup boop a dup boop.